Check. Nothing. All right. Well, hello and welcome to CKTV. This is a varsity softball match between the Claysburg Hemel Lady Bulldogs and the West Branch Warriors. We're having some technical difficulties right now. I can't hear myself speak. So while I'm working on that, it looks like there's a little bit of a holdup in the action here anyway. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. And we're back. We've resolved these technical difficulties, and it looks like it was pretty good timing because they've resolved whatever conflict was going on the field. Up to bat, it's going to be 18, Megan Cantalina, top of the lineup for the Warriors. The Warriors are 4-4 as they come into Claysburg today.
I believe the last time the Bulldogs played the Warriors came out with a win. So we'll see what the outcome is today.
That goes foul there. This game concludes a long week of games here at CKTV. We had a game three out of the 4 days this week. And we had a doubleheader on Wednesday. And so if you missed any of that, you can go find that on our channel and you can watch those back.
We were going to have a game Tuesday, but it did get canceled or postponed. We had 2 games yesterday, which was pretty interesting. We usually don't have 2 games.
Up to bat now, it's going to be number 3, Betts.
That will be a strike. We do have one more event for this week, which will be tomorrow at 6:30, the Grand March at Lakemont Park. That will be part of our prom tomorrow.
Foul ball. Grounder.
That will be out number 2 for the Bulldogs.
Up to bat now, it's going to be Moktavish, number 8. Bulldogs making quick work of the Warriors so far. Let's see if their good play continues. Strike. She watches the second one. Count is 0-2. And she goes out looking. That'll be 3 up, 3 down for the Bulldogs. We'll be right back for the bottom of the first. And we're back. It's going to be top of the lineup, Emily Cavender. She watches the first one. That's going to be a strike. Cavender having a solid week from the plate. On Monday, she hit a home run against Penns Valley.
I would say she's a really strong hitter for the Bulldogs. That's probably why they have her starting out at the top of the lineup.
That's right. Your top of the lineup hitters normally pretty good. Yeah, the thing about Cavender is really her speed. Mm-hmm. She can make a lot out of nothing sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And she will be walked.
Up bat now, it's going to be Rebecca Clore.
Or, I guess it wasn't 4 balls.
Yeah, I guess not. I think it was only...
I'm not sure what happened there. But anyway, she's back at the plate.
Oh. Foul tip.
So apparently what happened there is the ball hit her. They thought the ball hit her, but the umpire said it did not hit her.
2-2 is the count, I believe. And she ultimately does walk. Up to bat now is Rebecca Clore. Floor goes for the bunt. And they call her for the strike.
You know, I believe the boys team has a doubleheader today. I'm not sure where. I don't know if you know, Zeke.
Are they playing at West Branch today?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they would be.
If they're playing at West Branch, it's not necessarily a doubleheader. They're finishing the game from last week, or a couple weeks ago, rather.
Yeah, because that game went 11 innings, but I think it was postponed because of the...
It's dark.
Yeah, dark.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to turn on the lights. 'Cause I guess turning on those lights is pretty expensive.
Yeah, normally I think they... in most years, I think there's normally an under the lights game. But there wasn't this year.
I think it's always fun doing those games. A little bit different than playing in the daytime with the sun.
Yeah, I agree. I like the night games. And she swings at a low pitch there, and that's going to be the strikeout. Up to bat now is Harley Cavender. It's going to be a strike.
Nice big swing there from Harley.
Foul tip.
That will roll under a car. Won't hit any, but...
Grounder, third base. And she might get out, but the runner advances to third. Up to bat now, it's going to be Nevaeh Walter.
Is this what you would call a cleanup hitter? Is that what you would always say, right?
Yeah, at the 4 spot, you're normally batting cleanup. You know, because if your top 3 are, you know, your solid, reliable base hitters, then normally 4, you got a cleanup hitter.
Yeah.
Somebody who put some power on the ball normally. Be a pop fly, and she's going to fly out to second base, and that'll be 3 outs. We'll be right back for the top of the second.
The Claysburg-Kimmel School District Athletic Department hosted a college signing day on April 15, 2021. Congratulations to our 4 seniors who signed baseball and softball at their respective colleges.
My name is Olivia Bouchard, and I'm going to be attending St. Vincent College. I would like to thank my parents and my coaches for helping me achieve this goal.
Hello, I'm Harley Cavender, and I will be attending Mount Aloysius this fall. I want to give a huge thank you to my parents that have took me to ball tournaments to help me better my skills, and I want to thank my Pap Ed because he has a huge impact on my softball career.
Hi, my name is Corey Chamberlain. I'm going to be attending Penn State Altoona. I'd like to thank my mom and dad and my brother Dakota for everything they taught me and everything they've done since I was little. I'd like to thank Coach Harris for believing in me and everything he's done for me since I've been in 9th grade.
Hi, my name is Haley Reed, and I will be attending Washington Jefferson College at their high school. I'd just like to give a big thanks to my mom, my dad, and my coaches for everything they've done through softball, for my parents taking me to my tournaments, staying in hotels with me, and for my coaches helping me better my skills and to achieve this accomplishment.
And we're back. You just watched the signing day video. Congratulations to those athletes. While you were gone, Bone was up to the plate, and she caught a hold of a ball, but she ultimately flew out to the center fielder, Cavender. Up to bat now, it's going to be Nelson. It's going to be 2 strikes. Oh, and 2's the count. And that's going to be 3 strikes. She attempts to take first, but they throw her out. Up to bat now, it's going to be number 5, Graham.
Another nice swing from, I don't know, who is up?
That's Graham.
Graham. It'll be called a strike.
She goes for the bunt. It rolls foul, and they call it foul. Count should be 0-2. Call that a ball. 1-2 is your count. And she goes out swinging there. That'll be the end of the top of the second. We'll be right back for the bottom. And we're back. Leading off the inning, it's going to be number 6, Haley Reed.
Haley is a senior this year, and if you saw the video from, I believe, the start of the top of the last inning, she is committed to Washington and Jefferson to play softball.
Foul tip. Goes over the dugout. Called a ball. 1-1. That should count.
That ball is called a strike.
It's right down the middle. 1-2 is the count. Reed stays alive. Grounder. Second. First, they get her out.
That'll be out number 1.
Up to bat now. It's going to be designated hitter number 16, Sierra Walters.
Oh, nice
Fly
hit
ball.
there.
Right in the crevice there. She gets 1. Solid base hit from Walters. Up to bat now. It's going to be number 8, Maddie Fry.
CKTV member.
Right down the middle. Call it a strike. Low. Call it a ball. 1-1. That pitch is high. Another ball. Swing and a miss. That's a strike. 2-2. Outside. Call it a ball. Full count. And Fry's out at first, but she advances the runner. Up to bat now, it's going to be Mackenzie Black.
Mackenzie is a pretty good hitter for the Bulldogs. I think when they played Northern Bedford a couple weeks ago, she had a game-ending grand slam, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I believe, I think that was around 10, 11, 12, and 13. Grounder. And they get Black out on the fielder's choice. That'll be 3 outs to end the inning. We'll be right back for the top of the third. And we're back up to the plate. It's going to be Gable. She swings at a high pitch. 0-2's the count. She gets a hold of that one. Bounces in front of Cavender. She gets it in. They hold the runner to 1.
Nice hit there from number 12 for the Warriors.
That was number 16, Shell. Up to bat now is number 12, Betts.
Oh, what did I say? Number 12?
Yeah, you said.
Oh. I guess I was looking at who was up to bat right now. So that's my bad. I apologize.
It's okay. You had me a little bit confused, though. I'm like, I thought that was 16. She goes for the bunt. She gets it. It's a great bunt. Black. They get her out at first. That's a great rotation from the Lady Bulldogs there. It was a well-coached maneuver. They all had their jobs, and they all executed there. I don't know how much of that you saw, but the entire team was in motion there.
I'm sure they practiced those kinds of hits a lot, and everybody knows exactly what to do, exactly where to throw.
Yeah, I imagine the bunt is definitely a often rehearsed situation. Down the middle, called a strike. Up to bat, it's number 6, Boyer. She goes for the bunt again. She misses. It's going to be another strike. Counts 0-2. They call that one a ball. Runner on second. Count is 1-2. Pitch is in. She goes for the bunt. She's going to get it. Fry. And they sacrifice 2 runners in a row. And with that, the runner advances to 3. And up to bat now, it's going to be top of the lineup, 18, Cantalina. Those are 2 solid bunts from the Lady Warriors there, both Betts and Boyer. Grounder. Third to first. Solid inning from the Lady Bulldogs. We'll be right back for the bottom of the third. And we're back. Leading off the inning, it's going to be number 1, Jenna Helsel. Pitch is low.
That ball will be called a ball.
2-0 is the count.
That one will be called a strike. Count is 2-1, I believe.
She cracks one out into left field. It's going to be a base hit for Helsel. Up to bat now, it's top of the lineup, Emily Cavender. She goes for the bunt, and she gets it. And there's no one home to cover the bunt. Great play by Cavender.
I'm assuming that was a little bit of a miscommunication from the Warriors.
Yeah, I think that right there, that really speaks to how well coached the Bulldogs are, because, you know, we saw them cover the bunt spectacularly, and then there's a little bit of a miscue there from the Warriors on the same play. Up to bat now, it's going to be Clore. Runners on first and second. Clore goes for the bunt. And she gets it.
This time somebody will be on first to get the out.
That's right. Clore sacrifices.
Now we have runners on both second and third for the Bulldogs.
With 2 runners in scoring position, Cavender gets up to the plate.
Good effort there from the Warriors.
They try to make the play on it, can't quite get to it. And that's going to be a pop fly, caught by the right fielder. And no runners can make it to home there. Two outs on the inning. Up to bat now, it's going to be Nevaeh Walter. Walter, batting cleanup, a big hit here would be crucial for the Bulldogs, who haven't scored a run yet. Neither have the Warriors. It's been a slow game so far. That pitch inside called a ball.
Oh, wow.
She gets a hold of that one. It's going vertically. Caught by center fielder. And Bulldogs leave 2 runners on base. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite them in the butt. We'll be right back for the top of the 4th. And we're back. Up to bat, it's going to be number 3, Betts. Last time she was up to the plate, she grounded out to second. And same thing happens again. They say history repeats itself, and it does. Up to bat now, it's going to be number 8, McTavish. She watches that one, comes across the middle, called a strike. That pitch high and outside, called a ball. She foul tips that one. Real quickly, I'd like to shout out the Claysburg softball boosters for hooking us up with some hot dogs and drinks. We really appreciate it. So if you're at the game right now, make sure you go stop over and buy a hot dog off the softball boosters. Show them your support.
Yes, and they're very good hot dogs, if I do say so myself. I'm a person who doesn't really like hot dogs all that much, and I think they're pretty good, so.
I would agree. I like their hot dogs. Up to bat now, it's going to be number 22, Bone. Last time she was up, she had a fly out to center field. Gets a hold of that one. And caught by right fielder Jenna Helsel. Great inning from the Bulldogs. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 4th.
Couldn't? Then CKTV Live is for you. For those who want to watch later, simply look up CKTV Live on YouTube and view various past live streams of high school athletics. Watch anywhere, anytime, on any device. View the moments that make up a season. Every hit, every pass, every score. Like and subscribe to CKTV. Take the game with you. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you wanted to take the game with you, but couldn't?
Leading off the inning for the Bulldogs is going to be number 6, Haley Reed. And she grounds out to short. Up to bat now, it's going to be Sierra Walters. Last time she was up, she had a solid base hit right in the crevice, right between the two levels there. Grounder, out of reach for the shortstop. That's going to be a base hit for Walters. And with that, Maddie Fry steps up to the plate.
Maddie Fry is a CKTV member.
That's right. Last time she was up to bat, she grounded out to short on the fielder's choice. It's going to be a fly ball, and she flies out to second. 2 outs on the inning. Up to bat now, it's going to be Mackenzie Black. Pitch is low.
This game is kind of looking like yesterday's game. There weren't many hits yesterday. The game actually went pretty fast.
Yeah, I think they were really moving the game along yesterday. As the girls had a doubleheader, they had to get on the bus and go to Juniata Valley immediately following the conclusion of yesterday's game. And she can't quite get a hold of that one. It goes foul. 2-1 is the count. And that one also goes foul. 2-2 is the count. Yeah, it's going to be a pop fly. And it's going to be caught by the second baseman. Quite the snag. And we'll be right back for the top of the 5th inning. And we're back. Leading off the inning for the Warriors, it's going to be number 7, Nelson. Last time she was up to the plate, she struck out. We'll see what she can do this time around. They call the strike there.
Sounds like it's a pretty good game over there on the junior high field. Hear a lot of cheering.
That's right. It's going to be the pop fly. Falls under the glove of Reed. Up to the plate now. It's going to be number 5, Graham. Last time Graham was up to the plate, she struck out. She watches the first one down the middle. They call it a strike. Goes for the bunt. Pulls away at the last second. Count is 1-1. Swing and a miss. That's going to be a strike. 1-2's the count. That's going to be a foul ball. She stays alive. Line drive, fielded by Clore. That's some good reflexes there from Clore to catch that ball. Had some heat on it, and it was like down below her knee there. Up to bat now, it's going to be number 16, Gable. And that ball goes foul.
Right past our tent over here.
That's right. EJ wasn't here to go and get it.
We miss you, EJ.
That's right.
I don't even know if he's watching or listening.
I don't know. Well, we'll figure out if he texts us. Right down the middle, they call that a strike. 0-2's the count. She stays alive. So that ball goes foul. Some action over in the junior high game.
I think that ball over there is almost a home run.
Yeah, it was pretty close. It looked like a triple over there on the junior high field. I think that's the only time I've commentated on a junior high softball game this season. So,
I'm kind of interested what the score is over there. I don't even know who to ask to get that score.
yeah, I don't know who would be over there that I could ask.
Somehow we missed a home run the other day.
Is that how?
They hit a home run.
Oh.
McKenna Black hit a home run.
And that was another line drive caught by Clore. Great inning for the Bulldogs there. We'll be right back for the bottom of 5. Leading off the inning, it's going to be number 1, Jenna Helsel. Last time she was up to the plate, she had a grounder into left field. We have pop fly, and third baseman can't quite get to it. It's going to go foul. Inside, called a ball. She gets a hold of that one, and it falls right into the middle of the right fielder. Up to bat now, top of the lineup, number 5, Emily Cavender. Last time she was up to the plate, she had a really solid bunt. And she ultimately made it on base as the Warriors didn't rotate correctly. That pitch high. That pitch low. And that's going to go foul. 2-1.
Varsity baseball won the first game in 14th inning.
Holy.
Took them long enough.
I don't think everybody at home could hear that.
No.
Okay. Varsity baseball won their first game at West Branch, finishing up a game that they started over here. It went 14 innings. You know what the score was? We don't know what the score was, but they did win. So
Game number 2, we were up 2-0 after the first.
in their regularly scheduled game, they're up 2-0 after the first inning.
So, if this game that they're currently playing goes normal, 7 innings, and I guess I forget when they finished over here and they played over here. Was it the start of the 11th? Right? They just didn't go on, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So they started in the 11th inning, so they had to play the 11th inning today. So that's like what, 3 innings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like 10 innings they're playing today, essentially, if the second game doesn't go into extra innings.
Yeah. Cavender surviving on the plate. Full count. Let's see if she can win the standoff here. And foul ball.
I guess they ran out of softballs over there.
Yeah, I think so. Still working with a full count here. And Cavender survives. And that ball goes foul.
Wind's picking up a little bit.
And it's getting a little bit colder.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad day out today, though.
No, it's not bad.
It's nicer than it being 50 degrees out.
Yeah, I'd say.
Oh, wow.
Going way foul.
Ooh.
Hit the top of somebody's car. Looks to be okay. It was close to a window shot there. That was.
This former CKTV member, Justina Brown.
Wow, look at that.
Former.
Ah, Justina can't see me.
That hit a Tesla?
Joining us now in our area here, we have the one, the only Dr. Helsel.
Did you get my stats I gave you?
Yep, we got it fine.
That's a big win for us.
Here comes founding CKTV member.
One of the original
Hi,
CKTV
Justina.
members. Hi.
What's up, bud?
Yeah,
But you can probably mute for now if you want to have a conference.
we'll be right back. And we're back.
Not hit Mr. Leach car. He's already losing money.
Hey, you know, I think Mr. Leap's probably better off than most people. For context, Mr. Leap drives a Tesla, so he's not suffering through the gas crisis. In quotation marks.
Mad at me. I always have to decide every night, am I going to charge to 80% or 100%? Like,
Got to think about your long-term battery life, Mr. Leap. You want to keep it between 30 and 80.
yeah, 20 and 80 is the
20.
60-40.
recommended. That's what Elon says anyway.
I think 20 to 80 is probably that's generally a pretty good for lithium batteries. That's where you want to keep them. Looks like the count is 2-1. If I read the ref's hand signal correctly.
You know, that's my dream car is a Tesla.
We know, Michelle.
Yeah, I talk about it pretty often.
You want to put the headset on there, Doctor?
Got one.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't have one in this chair, but
What's the guy's name from Back to the Future? Dr.
Emmett Brown.
Yeah.
Joining us now, you know him, you love him. He's about 6'8", 380 pounds. He went D1 to Penn State to play football. They called him the Destroyer of Worlds. Worlds being defensive linemen. Played right tackle for the Packers.
Let's not make this about me.
You know him, you love him. Senor Helsel. How you doing, Mr. Helsel?
Well, everything you just stated would be false.
No, it's totally accurate.
Doing well. 0-0 here in the fifth.
Yes.
That's right. The rare low-scoring game, or the no-scoring game for the Lady Bulldogs. I feel like normally they have a run in by now.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a runner on second, one out, correct?
Yes.
That is correct. Yes,
It's a big inning.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say. Yeah. I imagine if they get a run in now, it'll take a lot of the tension off. And they call that the strike. Clore goes out looking. Up to bat now, it's going to be Cavender.
Tough pitch. Good pitch.
I think I said maybe in the start of this game, last time the Bulldogs played the Warriors, they lost. And I'm not sure the score of that game.
Yes, they did lose.
Pitch is in, and that ball goes foul. Two outs on the inning.
Again, the location of that pitch was, with an 0-1 count, was, we'll say it was pretty. It was a ball, but it's one of those pitches as a hitter. You don't want to go 0-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially not watching. You don't want to go 0-2. That pitch low, they call it the ball. 2-1.
You know, I don't know how long ago it was. I would say like at least 2 weeks ago there was a softball game we didn't cover, and that was just because there was another event going on. But I did come to that game, and I was just taking pictures, and I was sitting over there by where our first base coach is, and I was just listening to like what they were saying over there. And there's like a lot of stuff that goes into like just being able to hit it, like you know, having to like don't swing early or you gotta wait for it. And it's like I never realized all that went into hitting, because if that were me going up there hitting, I'd just swing at it. Hopefully it would hit the ball. But
yeah, that's a good point. People often say hitting's the toughest thing in sport, any sport. People might disagree, but you're right. There's a lot to it, and sometimes it is luck. But as coaches, you talk about having good at bats, and with good at bats, those hits drop in.
Yeah, I'd say probably the hardest thing about hitting, just outside of perspective, is probably the mental battle. You know, because, I mean, especially you'll see, I mean, top to bottom of the lineup, on a lot of teams, the only difference, obviously there's a skill level difference, but mainly the difference is confidence. You know, and I think that's a really big factor at the plate. You know, like, your top three guys will come out, they'll be really confident. And then, you know, you have some guys in the middle who are just as skilled, but they're in the middle because they're not as confident, you know?
yeah.
And that could be due to a slump or for whatever reason. But we're in between innings now, so we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. And we're back. Up to bat, it's going to be number 12, Betts. Swing and a miss, that's a strike. This is the top of the 6th inning here. There's some hooting and hollering going on the junior high field. And that drops into the glove of Cavender.
You know, I must say, I love the energy that comes from the junior high field.
I know, there's like 30 people over there, and it sounds like a roller coaster.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Well, it's funny you say that. As the AD, I'm actually in charge of junior high, and Mrs. Ickes, the assistant, in charge of the varsity. So maybe it has something to do with it. And I hope she doesn't hear that statement.
Forever etched into time.
Can we reverse that?
Just go back,
We'll
delete
just,
it.
we'll just turn off the MiFi box real quick. Maybe we'll get lucky. It'll take that out.
Yeah, like the one Silas quote that didn't make it on air.
It got wiped from time. Really sad.
That was
Yeah,
good.
the one day we were live streaming, and it was one of those days where it was warm when the sun was out. But then as soon as the sun went behind a cloud, it got cold. And so Wyatt Buell, for our boys' baseball team, was up to bat. So I'm like, up to bat now, it's going to be Wyatt Buell. And as I said that, the sun went behind a cloud. It's like it was, "Aw!" Yeah, that's what it was. It was, "Oh, no." And so, like, it lined up perfectly with the conclusion of my statement. So, together, it sounded like, up to bat now, it's number 33, Wyatt Buell. Oh, no!
And then the Wi-Fi cut out, and so it didn't make it on
That's
air.
right. Those 6 seconds are forever wiped from history. It's quite sad. Up to bat now, top of the lineup, number 18, Megan Cantalina. The Bulldogs having a good inning here. 2 flyouts. The Bulldogs playing an overall solid game. Not a whole lot of hits. I think there's actually 1 on the entire day. As I say it, you know,
CKTV curse.
happens every time.
Here, Zeke, that story you just told takes me to a song from the 80s. Actually, Mr. Leap's a musician. He probably plays this at home all the time. But
What song?
isn't it ironic about Alanis Morissette?
90s.
So really, what you said, that it's kind of an ironic thing that as soon as you say something, it seems like the opposite happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also just funny because, like, we have the CKTV curse, and it always happens. As soon as we say something, the exact opposite happens.
It's well documented.
Yeah.
If I ever get time over the summer, maybe I'll put together a video for us to run at some point of the CKTV curse.
It happened a lot during volleyball.
Yeah, it would. That was a really solid volley. And then,
Nice hit up to center fielder, but right at Cavender.
yeah, and with that, that closes the inning. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 6th. And we're back. Leading off the inning, it's going to be number 22, Nevaeh Walter. That's going to go foul. First baseman almost gets to it, but not quite.
One thing about these young kids, West Branch, they hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams hustle and do a nice job in different areas and kind of reflects life. In life, you got to learn to hustle in different ways, work hard and persevere. And
I think it's I think one reason why they're a really good hustling team is because I think most players are multi-sport athletes. You know, I recognize some people who play volleyball. Volleyball's a sport you have to hustle a lot. And so when you play different sports, they can kind of lead into each other, like hustling and stuff like that can go in through all the sports you play.
Yeah, and that's why I've never believed in the push for specialization among athletes. Mostly among coaches. I think it's a bad excuse for a movement.
What?
Specialization, playing one sport.
Oh, I play one sport.
I try.
I play one sport.
I'm not getting in the middle of that debate either.
Zeke.
Okay, but that's not what I mean. So, what I mean by that is, like, there'll be football coaches and they'll be like, all right, in the off season you're not wrestling, you're not playing basketball if you want to play football, and you're definitely not skiing, right? And they'll say that to their players, right? It happens, you know?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you also have, you know, players without off seasons who are just always playing the same sport 12 months a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's me. But I feel like,
You don't play volleyball.
yeah, I do. I like practice all the time.
Yeah, but competitively? Did you play
No.
12 months a year? Yeah.
No. But I feel
That's
like
what I mean, like competitively playing travel.
I feel like
teams
if you're like a football player and you want to like ski or wrestle, like that can help football players. Like
Exactly.
skiing can like help your legs.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, I'm like skiing. Like you have to have like strong legs, strong thighs, or whatever. That can help with like football, especially like if you're a lineman or you're running back or whatever. You're running. That can help like build up endurance. What's the word? Endurancy.
That was quite the hit. It's going to bounce right in front of the fence. Solid hit from Walter. She's been due for a good hit. She gets it. Solid double from Walter while we were talking there.
Yeah, along with the solid hit, just a great at bat. You know, she fouled off 3 or 4 pitches, and you got a good pitcher out there for West Branch, mixing up speeds, and she jumped on that pitch and drove it to right center. And see what Coach Barberini does here with whether or not he tries to advance this runner or with the senior up. I imagine he'll stay with a true at bat here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great hit to left field. She catches it. And Walter is not able to advance a base. That's got to hurt for the Bulldogs. 1 out on the inning. Up to bat's going to be designated hitter, Sierra Walters. She's had a solid day from the plate, 2 base hits. Foul ball, goes backwards, and it lands right behind the cage there.
It looked like Sierra was ahead of that ball a little bit. She had to instinctively slow her bat down, and when she did that, her body came up, and often you see that being the end result, a pop-up. She's just lucky it didn't stay in the field of play and was catchable.
Yeah. Watches that one. Good eye from Walters.
Eyes.
Count is 1-1.
Again, another pitch located where, as a batter, you have a split second to make a decision. And I'm really impressed by the pitch calling by West Branch.
And they're doing a great job.
Then Yeah, it's some pretty good execution then from the pitcher. That'll be number 7, Nelson.
Any idea what grade the pitcher's in?
No. Here, let me check. Actually, no, I can't check. I can't check because West Branch doesn't have their roster on Max Preps.
Okay.
I'll let their AD know. Just spoke to him a few minutes ago.
I appreciate it. Hey, you gotta talk to the these ADs, tell them to get their stats on there too. I'd really appreciate it.
Compose a strongly worded email.
Yes. Wow. What a hit.
Wow.
That's gone. Great hit from...
What a big hit for Sierra.
She brings home 2 runs.
That was way gone. Like, there was no doubt that was going over the fence.
That landed maybe 10 feet beyond the fence. Up to bat now, it's Maddie Fry. It's got to be weird being the first hitter up after a home run. Like, how do you follow that?
I feel like it would maybe be relieving.
Huh?
Followed by hitting another home run. I feel like it would be a little bit more relieving, especially in a game like this where it was 0-0 for 6 innings and now up 2. I feel like you can just not
I guess that's true.
necessarily...
It's probably relaxing.
I mean, still, obviously, like, work hard, and try to get a good hit off of it, try to make it on base, but, like, it might ease some of the stress that comes with hitting.
That's fair. That probably makes sense.
At least that's my perspective. I've never played softball, so I cannot say.
2 balls. And I think here's really where the mental game takes over for West Branch. There's 1 out on the inning, 2 runs in, scores 2-0. They got to get 2 quick outs here and get back behind the plate.
Yeah, it looks like Maddie was taking that pitch the whole way. I actually like that philosophy. A lot of coaches don't. 2-0, you jump on it. Fans didn't like that call there, Zeke.
I didn't like that call either.
Oh, you're a fan.
That's true.
A little bit biased.
Grounder. And she drops it, but Fry still can't get there.
Going back to that home run, talking about a kid with Sierra who plays softball pretty much year-round. She's not only a solid hitter, she's a very good pitcher. But, again, the feeling of doing what she just did, it's just something that you can only experience. You can't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the richest person in the world or the poorest, you can't replicate that feeling of, again, the game's not over, but it put Claysburg in a great position here to...
Wow, that was
another
an incredible
shot.
hit.
I think the fans wanted a home run. But I feel like that's kind of the reason I love sports so much is, like, you just have to be, like, good at your sport, Like, if you're not good,
really?
You're not... See? How do I put it? But, like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, like, if she wasn't good, if she didn't practice and work towards that, she wouldn't be able to hit like she does. And that only comes with, again, like, working hard and practicing.
And that's got to count for something, right? What's the PIAA rule on trash can balls?
They go in the trash. Should be
it banked into the.
Should be a free hot dog or something.
Who's up to bat, Zeke?
I don't know. Do you know her name?
I do, yes.
You do know her name?
Actually, since it's this young lady, maybe she should get free gear for the rest of her life from Claysburg.
Man, if only she knew who to talk to. Knack is over there. That was an impressive hit right there. I've never seen anything like that. Like, that just...
It's like slow motion.
Yeah. Like, fell in such a way that landed fair, but... Yeah, I think that's the technical term that Ethan used.
We actually work on that type of hit at home, but
There you go, Coach Helsel.
maybe not. But now, again, it just shows how crazy this sport is. A couple innings ago, West Branch batter hit a shot to center field, and Cavender was standing there, didn't have to move, and Jenna hits a ball that just clears the first baseman's glove and hits a base hit, and that's why people love this sport, baseball and softball.
And with that, speaking of Cavender, she's up to the plate now, top of the lineup.
Again, another big at bat. 2 outs. We got 2 runs in this inning, and Coach Barberini would love to get another one.
Cavender hit a home run earlier this week, actually, on Monday. Against Penns Valley. Let's see if she's got another one in her. Grounder.
What's that, Little League hat? That's nice.
And she's going to ground out, and that's going to be the end of the inning. We will be right back for the top of the 7th inning. And we're back. While we were away, we were talking about exponential increases. Shout out Mr. C. Referring to the amount of touchdowns that
Go
Mr.
vote for
Helsel
Mr.
puts
C.
on. That's right.
See, let's correct that. I was not involved in that conversation.
You were not
So,
involved in that conversation.
I wasn't sure what you were talking about.
Oh, okay. Okay. They call that a strike right down the middle.
If you live in Claysburg, go vote for Mr. C or Mr. Markle. I believe there was a home run over there on the junior high field for West Branch.
Yeah.
Maybe even a double or triple.
You know what? I
Grand
wonder
slam.
what would happen if you hit 2 home runs at the same time.
Wow.
People don't know this, but that game over there is actually for the ICC championship.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
good luck to both teams over
Top
there.
fly. Why?
The reason they don't know it is that technically
It's not.
in softball, junior high softball and baseball, because the winter schedule or the spring schedule is so difficult to fill or complete because of weather and this year COVID. It's hard to get a complete schedule in, so it's hard to crown a winner, an overall champion. But it played out this year where these two teams were the best records, and here they are, the last game of the year for us. And
Interesting.
Well, I know, like in college, like softball, baseball, they don't necessarily have a specific, like, I'm a Pac-12 fan in UCLA, so I'm just going to go Pac-12 like softball championship. There's not a designated Pac-12 softball championship game. It's just like who has the best record or whatever, and they're the Pac-12 champions or Big Ten or ACC or whatever conference you're in. But like that's usually how it goes in college. So.
Now, what's this conference you like?
Pac-12.
What makes you like the Pac-12?
Well, UCLA is in the Pac-12 conference.
That's your dream school.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
It's a tough school to get into.
Yep, I believe they have a 12% acceptance rate.
Wow.
Yeah. They're the #1 public university in the country. And I think over 130,000.
Michelle, you could go market in UCLA's admissions department.
I know. But like I was
UCLA
saying,
admissions, please email us, CKTV at CKSDBulldogs.com.
Well, actually, I was impressed by those. So to keep going, Michelle.
I was just going to say 130,000 incoming freshmen applied for UCLA. That's essentially like Beaver Stadium holds about 100,000 people, so that entire stadium filled up is the amount of people in the country that applied for UCLA this year. Not transfers or anything, just incoming freshmen. You're welcome.
Now, has there been any bias with enrollments? I know there's a few years back there was some.
You can get the side door into UCLA.
Oh yeah.
Just gotta know the swim coach. Or star in Full House. Grounder. And with the fielder's choice, they get out.
It's a nice play. Who was that at second? Reed.
Yes.
Again, senior leadership there. Split second to take that play to second. I'm sure Coach Barberini skipped a heartbeat on that. And sometimes you just go with the automatic out there at first, but it worked out for the Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably the... I imagine, a younger player, they'd probably tell him, you always take this ball to first.
Absolutely.
I'm sure Haley, senior, like you said, longtime player of softball, she gets that reign where she can make that choice, That's a real heads-up play to take that to second. Now they don't have a runner in scoring position because of it.
I feel like that also, like you said, she's played softball for 13 years.
Pop fly in the infield. And there's Reed. She gets that one.
With that experience, it helps you gain more confidence to make that play. Because I think there was one time a baseball game where a ball came to Corey Chamberlain, who is, I believe, our shortstop. And,
yes, he was in that game.
There was a runner going to second. Instead of throwing it to second, he threw it to first. And we said that, well, wouldn't that be easier just to throw it to second? Well, it's probably just easier just to throw it to first because that's such a routine play. And
that's a good point, Michelle. I remember that play. Actually, we had talked about that, and you're right. You get into that routine, and it's almost like muscle memory. It really is.
And we kind of said sometimes if you do a flip, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. Like you might not catch it or whatever, but sometimes it's just better to go with what you know. But
if I could real quick, Zeke, I want to give a shout out to West Branch's athletic director, Mr. Williamson. He's just been a super support for me. This is my 7th or 8th year now, but the guy knows everything about PIAA athletics and actually called him today about a question. Just want to tell him thank you. He's just a class act, and West Branch is fortunate to have someone like that. I'm sure Claysburg's hoping that happens here eventually.
Yeah, I know, right? One day we'll...
But no, seriously, he's a super guy.
With that being said, that's all she wrote for today. Final score 2-0. Quickly, I'd like to thank our administration, our education foundation, our school board for supporting us, and our advisor, Mr. Leap, for dedicating his time. I'd also like to thank our special guest, Mr. Helsel. He did a phenomenal job. That's all we got for you. Have a safe weekend. We'll see you later.